this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs and moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Sunday the 24th of October. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 69.40 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 62.126. Support from the broader market will be needed to break out from yesterday's high, 61.764. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 63,500 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 62,949. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 61.17 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 59s. Second major support level sits at 58,931. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, so look out for any bearish cross. On the EMAs, that's bearish 50 pulling back from the 100 and closing in on the 200. So look out for a bearish cross 50 through the 200. That would bring sub 60s into play. So key would be to move through to 61,500 levels to then bring resistance levels into play. Fall through that pivot and support levels will come into play. Ethereum against US dollar, also bearish start. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 40.78 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 42.19. Support will be needed for Ethereum to break back through to 4,200 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target 4,300 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 4,270. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 4,027 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should still well clear of sub 3,900 levels. Second major support level sits at 3,885. Looking at the MACDs, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, but no immediate signs of a bearish cross. Keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, that's bullish 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot of 4,078 and break back through to 4,200 levels to then target 4,300 levels on the day. Looking at Litecoin against the US dollar, tracking the broader market, bearish start. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot 194 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 200. Support from the broader market would be needed for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high at 198. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Litecoin target 210s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 204. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 191 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 185s. Second major support level at 185 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, coming off the back of this morning's early pullback. So keep an eye out for a bearish cross there. On the EMAs, 50 is holding its ground against the 100 and the 200, so expect direction to come from there. Any widening from the 100 to provide support. So key, avoid the pivot at 194, break back through yesterday's high 198 to then bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, support levels will come into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, also bearish start. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 1.0908 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.1040. Support will be needed for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1.1s. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 1.10167 to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.12s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.1149. Just fallen through the pivot, so failure to move back through the pivot at 1.0908 would bring the first major support level at 1.0798 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid second major support level at 1.0666 and the 38.2% fib at 1.0659. Looking at the MACD, slight widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, coming off the back of yesterday's late recovery. On the EMAs, bearish, however, 50 pulling back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to move back through the pivot 1.0908 to then target the major resistance levels. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play.